Okay. Call the Committee of Higher Education to order, and we will begin as a subcommittee. Our first item, Mr. Quirk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, imagine a student who is a member of a university club and another student makes her feel belittled and helpless by sexually harassing her. The harassed student decides to speak out and informs a university lecturer that she knows. The lecturer, instead of making her feel supported by reporting the incident to the appropriate official, reports this incident to the club's faculty advisor. The faculty advisor comes to the conclusion that no further action is necessary because the student has decided to quit the club. No reports are made and the offended student is not reprimanded. The student, in an effort to avoid the harasser, withdraws from other social activities and collegiate opportunities. Approximately 1 year later, the offending student sexually harasses her again. Members, there are parents at San Diego State University who don't have to imagine this scenario because this is exactly what happened to their daughter. This is why I'm authoring AB 1778. This measure will require that all staff at institutions of higher learning who accept state financial aid and are trained annually on how to report to and report incidents of sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking involving a student. When students experience sexual violence, they are likely to report the incident to a trusted coach or resident advisor at their campus, unaware this person may not be adequately trained to appropriately report and support the victim. The lack of all-inclusive annual training may lead to mismanagement of these incident reports and may inadvertently discourage students from reporting these incidents. California can and must do a better job of protecting students from further trauma on college campuses. I respectfully request your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Quirk. Any witnesses in support? And before you begin, before you start, let me have the secretary call the roll.
Medina.
Present.
Baker. Here. Bloom. Here. Chavez. Irwin. Jones Sawyer. Here. Levine. Here. Linder. Lowe. Here. Olson. Santiago. Weber. Here. Williams.
Quorum is present, so we are now in committee.
Move the bill. Second.
Hi, Jill Rice with the California Federation of Teachers. We come in support of this bill, although we're suggesting to the author some technical amendments that would ensure that our members of faculty and classified who are obligated reporters or mandated reporters could transfer that training between their campuses and districts. Many of our members work at multiple sites, and to ensure they wouldn't go through the training multiple times. So that would be the first suggested amendment. The second suggested amendment, and again, we are in support of the purpose of this bill, is to ensure that if this is mandated for the employees, that they are compensated for their time. So for our part-time faculty that are not salaried and are paid for the hours they work, that is compensated time. Other than that, we're in absolute support of the bill and applaud the author for this important piece of legislation.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support? Any witnesses in opposition? Any comments or questions from members? Ms. Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Quirk, for this very good bill. We, as this committee, came together last year and supported legislation to bring more rigor to the protection of students when there are sexual assault claims on campus involving students, and we should expect absolutely the same of management. We do this to employers in California. If you have more than 50 employees, your management is required to have training and in harassment policies, and our faculty should be setting, not just barely meeting that standard, but being a higher model at standard. And so I appreciate that you've brought forward this bill. and very pleased to be voting for it today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from members? If not,
That's a quick question. I hope I heard correctly. This is not just for management, right?
This is for all employees.
Right, because management has always been required.
Including maintenance workers, whoever might come in contact with a student, see something that's gone wrong, and then would know how to report it.
Okay, because management has always had to do this. I
Yeah.
had to do it every year when I was at state, so it applies to others. That's good.
That's correct.
Thank you. And there's an easy method they use now in the system because it's all online,
Yeah.
so it shouldn't cost that much. Thank you.
Thank you.
there was a motion by Ms. Baker, second by Dr. Weber. If the secretary would call the roll.
Medina.
Aye.
Medina, I. Baker. Baker, I. Bloom. Bloom, I. Chavez. Irwin. Jones Sawyer. Jones Sawyer, I. Levine. Levine, I. Linder. Lowe. Lowe, I. Olson. Olson not voting. Santiago. Weber. Weber, I. Williams. Williams, I.
Dr. Quirk, your motion, your bill passes. We'll keep the roll open for members to add on.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Our second item, Assemblymember McCarty, AB 1594.
Okay. 1594 first, correct? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I'm pleased to present AB 1594, which would create a statewide policy for smoke-free campuses in California and prohibit persons from smoking or using tobacco products on our university campuses, including the community colleges, CSU system, and the UC system. Current anti-smoking policies at CSU and UC and community colleges are somewhat haphazard. We know that the research and the statistics show that smoking certainly is dangerous to individuals, leading cause of cancer, heart disease, and other serious ailments, and secondhand smoke can lead to strokes as well. Recognizing the serious health effects, some campuses already do this, as I mentioned earlier. At the UC system, they have such a policy. At our CSU, they're starting there. At our community colleges, about 1/5 of the campuses have such a policy, and this would create a uniform statewide standard, and we think make our college campuses a safe and healthier place for higher learning. I appreciate some of the questions and suggestions raised in the analysis, and we'll really address those moving forward, focusing on specific strategies for policy compliance, as well as dealing with who specifically would administer the penalties and fines and so forth. With me today are the American Cancer Society Network and a nurse from Sacramento City College. Thank you.
I'm Tim Gibbs with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, and we support the bill. I'd also like to note that my colleagues at the American Heart Association and American Lung Association have asked me to publicly state their organization's support as well. Smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in both men and women. Lung cancer kills over 13,000 Californians every year, and 1 out of 3 cancer deaths is due to tobacco. The U.S. Surgeon General has declared that there's no risk-free level of exposure to secondhand smoke, and even brief exposure to secondhand smoke has immediate adverse health effects in adults and children. Restricting tobacco use on college campuses is an important strategy in preventing young people from becoming lifelong smokers. The American Cancer Society has 37 Colleges Against Cancer chapters in California, 14 of whom would be directly impacted by this bill. Those chapters have played a really important role in passing smoke-free policies on their campuses. However, there's no uniformity at CSUs or California community colleges, and protections for our students should not vary based upon where you decide to go to school. The California Department of Public Health has identified the adoption of 100% Tobacco-free policies at community colleges is one of the top strategies for reducing health disparities in California. And our community colleges are very diverse, and compared to four-year institutions, students have much higher tobacco use rates. So with that, we respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
I'm Wendy Gomez. I'm a college nurse for Sacramento City College, and we wholeheartedly support this bill. Sacramento City College became designated smoking areas 2 years ago and will become smoke, tobacco, and vape-free this fall. For three main reasons, and the three main reasons that we support this bill is that secondhand smoke is dangerous. As he suggested, it can exacerbate health conditions of other people, such as asthma, bronchitis, COPD, and can even cause a heart attack, according to the American Lung Association. The second reason is that smoking is an unhealthy coping mechanism that leads to addiction. College students are under a lot of stress, and they're looking for a way to cope with that stress. And part of our goal as a college is to teach them healthy coping strategies. That is not one. The third reason is the goal of the community colleges is to prepare individuals to go into the workforce or to go on to a four-year college. And most likely, those career choices or the four-year college is going to be a smoke-free environment. So they're coming from a K through 12 situation where there is not smoking allowed. Then we let them smoke at the community college level, and then they go on to a four-year college, and now they've got an addiction they've got to deal with because they can't smoke on that college, or they're going to a career where they cannot smoke as well. And so for those reasons and many other health reasons that are obvious, we would support this bill.
Witnesses in support.
Good afternoon, members. Betsy Armstrong on behalf of the County Health Executives Association, representing California's local health departments, in strong support.
Good afternoon, JP Sherry. You have one of my best nurses here with you today. We support this bill for the Los Rios Community College District.
Hi, my name is Lori Jones. I'm Director of Legislative Affairs for the Associated Student Body for American River College, and I'm here today representing our Tobacco, Smoke, and Vape-Free Task Force to urge an aye vote, and we are newly free of all of the above as of January 1st. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Ashley Wickland on behalf of the American Heart and American Stroke Association in support.
Any witnesses in opposition? Not seeing any. Any questions or comments from members? Ms. Olson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't have a problem with the subject matter of the bill per se, but generally speaking, I think we should be supportive of the independence of our higher education institutions. They have boards that make decisions like these. So every now and then there are overriding reasons that the state should get involved, but can you explain to me why you think this is so important for the state legislature to interfere in what the normal process would be, as opposed to allowing the community college system and the CSU system to do this on their own?
Sure. I know we have independent elected boards at almost 100 community colleges, but I think public health is paramount, and a safe place to be healthy and learn. And an institution of higher education, I think, raises this issue for having a statewide policy.
And the CSU Board of Trustees?
The CSU Board of Trustees, they don't have a position on this. They're leaning towards us anyway. They're about to do this. And so I think if we didn't have the bill, there's probably be policy there at the CSU in the next number of months or years. And we've been working with them in consultation, and I don't think that we have any concerns from that end.
Thank you.
If I see no other comments or questions, entertain a motion.
Move the bill. Second.
Moved by Mr. Lowe, second by Mr. Levine. Madam Secretary, if you would call the roll.
Medina?
Aye.
Medina, aye. Baker? Aye. Baker, aye. Bloom? Aye. Bloom, aye. Chavez? Irwin? Aye. Irwin, aye. Jones Sawyer? Aye. Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine? Aye. Levine, aye. Linder? No. Linder, no. Lowe? Aye. Lowe, aye. Olson? No. Olson, no. Santiago? Weber? Weber, I. Williams.
Aye.
Williams, I.
9-2, your bill gets out. I'll keep the roll open for absent members.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll go now to Assemblymember Riccardi's second bill.
Okay.
Item 3, AB 1711.
1 second. Wait.